In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should fail the PMP exam. I'm Andrew Ramdial. I am the author of the world's best-selling, Amazon's best-selling PMP study guide, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. Now, you're probably saying, so you want us to fail an exam, but you wrote the book to pass the exam? Yeah, something like that. Well, technically, I don't want you to fail. Actually, you know what? I do want you to fail. Let's see why. So, here's the thing. Exam failure is something that I really don't want anyone to experience, but it's something that you have to accept. You see, there is a topic we call exam anxiety. Now, this is an anxiety that you get when you have to take a test. And exam anxiety leads to many bad things. And I need you to overcome that anxiety because I need you to succeed. I want you to pass, but I want you to accept failure because that is the root cause of exam anxiety. So what is exam anxiety? Exam anxiety is you're scared to take the test. You get nervous. So what happens? Well, exam anxiety basically leads to three main things. Number one, you push off the exam. In other words, it takes you very long to take the test. Number two is that it's going to make you overstudy. In other words, it's not that you're pushing it off. It's just that you just study way too much. Instead of studying for a month, you study for 4 months or 5 months to take the actual test. And number three, the worst thing that it does is it may cause you failure. You see, you get into the exam room, the exam anxiety kicks in, you get nervous taking the test, and before you know it, you forget everything you learned, you go against my famous mindset, you don't even know what a schedule is, and you get very, very nervous. I've heard a lot of people tell me that the first 60 questions on a PMP exam, the step one, is the hardest one. And a lot of people say that, but is it really that? I kind of question that. And the reason is because I think in that first 60 question set, you're just more nervous than when you are by the time you get to the one from 61 to 120 and then to 180. I think that's really what it is. So how do we get rid of this exam anxiety? And the root cause of exam anxiety is failing the test, right? Why do you have the anxiety? That's the question. Why do you have anxiety? Because you fear failing, correct? If you disagree with me, put in the comments below. Tell me why you disagree with me. Tell me if I'm wrong here. So, a little story about me. I've taken over 100 exams. And I have 66 certification, or maybe more. And I don't have exam anxiety. I fear no exam. I never get nervous taking a test, like, ever. In fact, I'm pretty excited about it. And the reason is because I don't care about failing. I welcome failure. I look at it as part of taking a test. To me, failing the real exam, it was just a really, really expensive practice test. That's the way I see it. I don't look at it as failing the certification. I just look at it as, well, I failed that practice exam, but it's the closest exam to the real thing, because technically it's the real thing. And then I just move on and I take it again. You see, what we need to eliminate is fear. That's what I need to eliminate from you guys. And the best way for you to do it is to welcome and accept the failure. I'll give you a little story. Every single time I go and take an exam, every single time, I'm going to take an exam, I tell my lovely wife, hey, I'm going to take this exam. And she always asks me the same question. Always she says, are you going to pass? And my answer is, no, I'm not going to pass. I'm going to fail. Like, I am looking forward to failing. Like, in my mind, I will fail. Okay, I'm expecting that. Now, I'm going to study. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to read the forums. I'm going to look at the reviews, and I'm going to see which material is best, what everybody's doing. I'm just going to do that. You guys know how to pass your PMP, right? You look at all the forums. You look at all my live streams. What are people doing? They're going through the course, either the live course or my e-learning course. They're doing the simulator. Some of them are reading the study guide to follow up. And they're, you get 80% on the simulator. You're good. Go and do that and just take your PMP. You see, here's what exam anxiety is going to do to you. You're nervous about the test. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep pushing it off till you're ready. Let me give you guys a really, really wake-up call. You'll never be ready. I've taken over 100 exams, and I don't think I've ever been ready for any of them, like ever. I was never ready. You will never, ever be 100% ready to take your exam. All right? Simple as that. What you need to do is you just need to put in the work, go through your 35-hour class, right? Do your exams and so on, score that 80%, get your knowledge up, then just take the test. If you fail, you fail. Welcome it. Don't run from it. Don't fear it. You fearing it is just going to make you nervous. If you go into that exam room and you are super nervous, your hands are shaking, you can't think, ask yourself, why am I nervous? Right? Why am I nervous? And you're going to say, well, I'm scared of failing this test. But ask yourself, what happens when you fail? Ask yourself that. What really happens? Does a catastrophe happen? Does your parents disown you? Does your spouse leave you? Does your kids hate you or kick you away? Do you lose your job? At least I hope not. Do you die, like physically die and get put in a coffin? Does the world end? Does a meteor hit the earth? Does somebody else die? Does somebody else get sick? Tell me. Put in the comments below. What really happens when you fail? What is if you fail, especially a certification exam, what happens when you fail? Okay, you know what really happens when you fail? In my opinion, one thing, you lose money. How much do you lose? The exam retake fee. You don't lose the initial fee because you can take the test again, but you lose the retake because you got to spend that money. For something like a PMP exam, the retake is $275. Now, is that a lot of money? Yes, it is a lot of money. It's not a little bit amount of money, all right? I do very well for myself, and I'll tell you, it's a lot of money. Unless you're a billionaire, that's a lot of money. So, but let's look at our lives, all right? Let's be real with ourselves. In our lives, we spend a lot of money on junk. You know, I bought a Dunkin' Donuts coffee this morning, and then I went out with a couple of coworkers, and I got Starbucks. The Starbucks bill was $36 for all of us, and I paid for everyone. I had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee this morning, $4. I went out to dinner this weekend with my wife and my son, and that bill was about $200. You go to a nice restaurant, and you just buy dinner, and that's the price of the exam retake. Yes or no, guys? Am I wrong in saying that? You know, we spend a lot of money on junk. That new upgraded phone that you didn't need, that super expensive car payment that you know, what's wrong with a Toyota nowadays? You know, we spend a lot of money on junk, yet we refuse to spend the money on the things, or we look at the money on the things that actually matters. Think about this. If you have exam anxiety and you push off your exam, right, over a period of time, if you keep pushing it off, if you should have been certified in a month, but then you got certified in 5 months, that's a 4-month difference. In that 4 months, how much money did you lose? How many opportunities did you lose? It's crazy to do that. Think about this. If a PMP means that you get a raise of $20,000, a $20,000 raise is about $400 a week. So every single week you don't have your certification, you're losing $400. And you're looking at a retake fee and fearing that? Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man? That doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? I've been reading a lot of forums lately, and there's so many posting with people saying, oh, my anxiety did this. My anxiety did this. Listen, guys, there's a lot of reasons to have anxiety. I suffer from mental anxiety, and one day I'll do a video on it. And there's a lot of reasons. Health reasons, family issues, issues financially speaking. But passing a test is not a reason, guys. The main problem with failing a test, guys, is just taking it again. Okay? If you have anxiety or you have a mental, some kind of things that is mentally stressing you out, maybe because the work is bad, your family situation may not be good, your health situation, those are real reasons to have anxiety. An exam is not. Take it out your mind. It's not. Okay? If you were diagnosed with a serious health problem, I understand because I was in that boat. I was diagnosed many years ago with a major, major health problem that's left me pretty much disabled. One day I'll do a video on it. And that's a reason to have anxiety, not a PMP exam, not a CAPM exam, not a CISSP exam. The worst case is you just take it again. Maybe we don't have Starbucks for a couple of weeks and we just take our exam again. Don't have exam anxiety. Don't have anxiety to things that makes you better, right? You get your PMP, you get more doors open, you make more money, you get a better career. Hopefully, maybe you work in a better business, maybe you meet great people, maybe you're doing what you love. So don't let the anxiety stop it. Take your exam. Well, I'm done in this video. I think I said everything I want to say. What prompted me to make this video was a student I was talking to today talking about anxiety. And I explained this to her over the phone. She was one of my live students. And she really wanted to talk to me all week last week. And I didn't get around to talk, so I called her today. And she said this helped her. And I said, okay. And she said, you should make a video and help others. Well, hopefully this helped you. If it does, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. Leave the comments below. Is this helpful? Did this help you in any which way? Can we get over exam anxiety by just accepting failure? Okay, go into the exam thinking you're going to fail, basically. And if you fail, oh well, take it again. But hopefully you don't fail and you all pass your exam. And that's the goal, right? Be successful. But remember, the road to success has many bumps, including failure. But stay on the road and you'll be successful. See you in the next video.